On October 8th of 2024, the Silent Hill 2 remake was finally released after years of waiting, wondering, and hoping that it will live up to the original in some way. Spoilers, it was pretty good, and overall successful and well received. I could sit here and talk opinions, reviews, or sales numbers, but for now, I want to talk about the aspect that has captured my interest and warmed my undead heart more than any other metric. New fans being introduced to Silent Hill 2 through the remake are hitting all the exact same talking points, fan theories, interpretations, and discussions on sites like Reddit that old fans like me were talking about on early internet forums and message boards back when the original game released. Is Laura real? Is in-water ending canon? Is Mary in the car? Is the town populated? What's under Pyramid Head's Pyramid Head? What's with the red squares? And so on. Check out my iceberg video if you want those answers. But pretty much all the same points of interest and popular topics of discussion from back then are being discussed all over again by new fans experiencing the Silent Hill 2 remake and Silent Hill in general for the first time, just the same as us over 2 decades ago. It's almost like I've been here, doing the same things, playing the same games and talking about the same things for 2 decades. So let's talk loop theory. Starting with the release of the original Silent Hill 2, we have to go back to the year 2001. Back then, we didn't have the amount of insight and information about Silent Hill that we do today. With all of the guides, interviews, supplementary materials, and social media posts from various developers that have come out since then. Today, we have sources like those to inform us that imagery like James's corpse being everywhere is due to his subconscious manifesting this imagery via the spiritual power in the area, projecting it into the world around him, forcing him to face his subconscious suicidal desires and fear of death, with James never directly acknowledging the resemblance to himself to illustrate just how strong his delusion is. But 20 plus years ago, before sources like the Lost Memories Silent Hill Chronicle or commentary from developers to express this intention, some fans reached a different conclusion, that the dead bodies all around town are James's previously failed attempts to make it through his trials to a fitting conclusion, stuck in an endlessly looping purgatory within the town and doomed to relive his torment forever. Many older forum posts are sadly lost to time now, but some discussions can still be found on forums such as Silent Hill Heaven, dating back as far as 2005 and early 2006 or so. Can people die in Silent Hill? Because if Silent Hill is a place where people are punished for their sins, why would you kill them? You would want to keep them alive so the punishment could last for eternity, right? Consider this. What if James performed the ritual in the rebirth ending, something went wrong, and the cycle went around again, but that time James chose to end his life rather than continuing? Someone else had the idea that if the town is not satisfied with the outcome of events, it starts them over from scratch somehow. We know that the Silent Hill, in Silent Hill 2, is like a purgatory of sorts, drawing in and punishing sinners, so it shouldn't be happy with the way things come to a close until each of these tortured souls it calls for is dead. As you can see, this theory, and ones like it, are nothing new to the discussion among longtime fans, although the way things are presented in the remake, it seems to imply that Bloober Team themselves were fans enough of this theory to incorporate elements of it into their vision. In the remake, all throughout the game are spots that can be examined known as glimpses of the past. These are signified by a static camera angle along with a short musical cue. Glimpses of the past, as the name implies, are direct references corresponding to moments in the original game, usually emphasized as they are the things most notably changed for the remake, such as the original location of the first lying figure encounter, the original position of the grandfather clock for the Woodside Apartments puzzle, and so on. But are they glimpses into our past or James's? While some fans see these as just references to the original game, fun little things for fans to find and point out, others take this as evidence for supporting the loop theory, that James is remembering bits and pieces of his previous loops, presented in these glimpses. This is also expressed from Maria's perspective as well. When approaching the Baldwin mansion, you can get a dialogue exchange with Maria where she claims she gets a bad feeling about the mansion, but can't recall ever being inside.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's just... this place just gives me the creeps. I'm not sure why.
You ever been inside?
I'm not sure. It does feel familiar somehow. Like a bad memory. It's nothing, really.
In the director's cut and subsequent releases of the original Silent Hill 2, there was an extra sub-scenario called Born from a Wish, where you play as Maria, and a large part of her scenario takes place within the Baldwin mansion, and her interactions with the mysterious Ernest Baldwin, who seems to be aware of Maria's existence as a manifestation, as well as the presence of James Sunderland himself.
So, what if I had said I believed in fate?
That James. He's a bad man.
James... Yes. I know.
He's looking for the you that isn't you.
Because he's kind? Do you know something?
Yes. Maria, you're...
Anyway, that's just what you think. You don't really know anything.
What do you mean, anyway?
If we look at this in the context of loop theory, remake Maria could be getting that bad feeling as a way of showing that she subconsciously remembers, to a small degree, her previous loops and experience inside the Baldwin mansion, and why she chooses to avoid it. A similar experience happens at the bottom of the stairwell in Brookhaven Hospital just before the Pyramid Head segment.
Something doesn't feel right.
Come on. It's gonna be fine.
Don't do it, Maria. He stuck that hand in the toilet. Now, we have to talk about one of the most well-hidden Easter eggs that really ignited the current frenzy around loop theory in the remake, and that's the hidden message behind the mysterious photographs. Credit to Reddit user Dale Robinson and the r/Silent Hill community who solved this and discovered the secret message. During your playthrough of the remake, you will occasionally find a strange photo, a picture with a handwritten caption on the front and a number written on the back. The numbers on the back indicate the order to put the photos in, 1 through 26. Next, when we examine each photo, there are certain key subjects in each one, so we will be counting the number of subjects, then taking that corresponding letter from each handwritten caption. Photo number 1 depicts the Woodside Apartments with 6 open windows, and the caption, "So many people here." So we take the 6th letter from that caption, the letter Y. Photo number 2 depicts a bedroom where 2 posts are visible, and the caption, "No one knows." So take the 2nd letter from that caption, the letter O. You get the idea. I'll speed up the decoding process. 3 light reflections. 1 vase of flowers. 7 birds flying past the church. 4 holes. 4 pieces of paper. 2 lipstick tubes. 9 bullet holes. 7 illuminated windows. The number 6 is visible on the TV screen. 1 pole. 3 water stains. 3 lines on the floor. 2 boxes on the wall. 3 numbers. 1 drop. 11 stains. 3 scratches. 3 scratch marks on bottom left. 4 pieces of glass. 6 hidden here in the photo. 8 bloody footprints. 4 lights including reflections. 2 flowers. 1 red square. Shape forces the mind.
You've been here for 2 decades.
Bloober Team's creative director, Matthias Lenart, responded on Twitter confirming the decoded message. "I knew it wouldn't stay hidden for long. There was a theory in our company that the puzzle might be too hard. I really wanted to make it subtle when I was painting those photos. I think the timing couldn't be better for you to solve it. Congratulations." In the replies to Matthias's post, user Pocket Stakes commented, "The loop theory is canon? Jesus." Along with a classic review bra disappointment meme.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Interestingly, Matthias replied to this with, "Is it?" I will say, for me personally, I don't view the loop theory as canon, but rather a fun nod to a long existing fan theory in an ambiguous way meant to encourage healthy discussion and individual interpretations. All throughout the remake, it seems like Bloober tried to incorporate not only official points of established canon and lore, but also include several references to fan theories and rumors that have been popular in the fandom since the original game's release. James dragging the Great Knife through the wall of mannequin parts after Pyramid Head does it, imitating Pyramid Head. Our mannequin. Oh, Pyramid Head. I guess I'm going through the mannequins. Or not? Oh, he has to approach. That's based on an old debunked fan rumor that dragging the Great Knife with your flashlight off in the original would make monsters think you were Pyramid Head and scare the monsters away. Maria teasing at a pole dance in Heaven's Night.
What? Oh, come on, don't give me that look. I was just kidding.
That's based on another old debunked fan rumor that meeting certain requirements would unlock a special pole dance scene. These nods and references are sprinkled all throughout the game, And for me, I just see it as a harmless wink to the old fans who have been discussing these ideas for over 2 decades. 2 decades. 2 decades. 2 decades. 2 decades. It's almost like I've been here doing the same things, playing the same games, and talking about the same things for 2 decades. So let's talk loop theory. Starting with the original Silent Hill 2, released in 2001, back then, we didn't have the amount of insight and information
My day is ruined.